All right, we're doing the NGEN, N-G-E-N, right?
N-G-E-N,
Yeah.
not I-N-J-E-N.
Correct.
Both of which make me think of Jurassic Park when he's locked in that tanker. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's called NGEN as the name of the company.
Uh-huh.
Both of those every time make me think of Jurassic Park 3.
I like it.
In the Crunch Bar. But yeah, so NGEN front mount. We have it right here. Super fast response, by the way. I talked to Brian from NGEN. I called him right as I was in Texas for a couple months. So when I got back, I knew this was something we wanted to do before the snow hit too hard. Went on a Euro Compulsion site. They were sold out. ATM was sold out with like all the vendors, Speedboat of all them. Which is not a knock to those companies. I'm just saying this is the one that was available. A lot cheaper and great customer service so far from Brian. Answered all my questions.
Well, yeah, he even forgot one pipe and he like sent it and it came on the next business day. So
yeah, he forgot this pipe here, which is for the manual trans specifically. I guess if you have an automatic, you need a different version of this pipe. But anyway, he must have just forgot it and then emailed me the same day and said, "Hey man, sorry, I forgot one of the pipes, or I think I forgot it. I'm gonna send it out for free." He sent it priority mail, got it the next day. Exactly what we needed. So
awesome.
Yeah, super cool service there.
Yep, so just basic steps, throw it on jack stands, be safe. We're pulling the battery out, pretty self-explanatory. 2 little 10 mils, you gotta take this little nut all the way off and it'll come off. The other one you just gotta loosen, you can wiggle it off. Then there's a little clamp right down there, that's a 13 mil you gotta take out, so then you can actually remove the battery.
And don't,
so there's a little clamp right there, 13 mil, loosen that and pull that out so you can actually pull the battery.
And feel free to tip the battery around as you're taking it out. Not a big deal. Just kidding.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, then just to get the battery box out, it's just this little nut here.
Yeah, it might be
I don't know if I can't remember if you need these two or not. I don't know if this holds it to...
Yeah, we'll talk through it when we get it out. So before we take the battery box out, we're gonna take the ECU off. These little clips come out, these little yellow clips, and then this just pulls up.
Yeah, so this will be...
pull out.
Yeah, so when it's on, that yellow will be all the way, and you push that out, and then...
Yeah, and then they pop right up. Be ginger with those. That's your ECU. You do not want to break anything on that. So if it doesn't come out easy, don't force it.
Or do. I mean,
or do and
your
hope.
Car.
Yeah.
Don't let people tell you what to do with your vehicle.
Live your life.
Yeah.
And then we're taking those other 2 little bolts out on the bottom of the battery box.
Make sure you're clipping the zip ties and not the wires.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have a bad time.
That's why I'm making you do it. All right, then now that we got the battery box pulled up, just disconnect this right here, a little 10 mil, and it'll let you pull the whole battery box out.
Yeah, probably not like overly necessary, but just definitely something.
Yeah, nice to take it out.
And this little piece that just goes right here, this will dangle because that was the extra.
There you go.
And
you won't lose that little part. Look at that.
And just
mechanic-y.
Cross thread these. It's not a big deal. Same with everything on the
Yeah, just do as much cross threading as you can. It's healthy.
Tight is tight.
Okay, so there is a really tricky bolt in the fender. It's not that bad, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass.
It's a lot easier with a camera in your face.
I know, that's what I was saying. Remember way back, I was like, dude, when you're on camera, you always do better.
Yeah, it's so the part that makes it stupid is just that like the fender liner like goes like directly over the head of what you need to get to.
Yep.
Which is just annoying.
Yeah, but those are the last 2 bolts, and then we'll be done. There's 5 on the bottom, 4 on the top that are all T27s, and then what am I forgetting? I think that's
There's
it.
2 little screws.
And 3 screws in the wheel well.
2 screws.
Well, the 3 I took out already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're getting there. So once we get these 2 side bolts out, bumper should pop right off. All right, so we got a boost leak tester hooked up. So we finished the intercooler install from NGEN, NGEN. And I got this little boost leak tester for like $40 from Modern Automotive Performance. And then I bought a 3-inch to 2.5-inch coupler, and then a hard pipe that's 2.5 inches down to 2 to fit the Fiat.
Whoa, hang on. Where's our air? Oh, that's right. It's back here.
What?
Cowl intake.
Oh yeah, cowl intake. Look at that. So we just disconnected that, stuck it right on there. Still got the sticker on the old one. I love it. So anyway, we did that, and there's no leaks, but we're gonna simulate what a leak would sound like by loosening up one of the clamps on the intercooler piping, just to see if we can actually simulate a leak and show you what that'll sound like. All right, so we ended up finding a real boost leak. Try to make sure you can hear that. Yeah, so that little leak right there is coming from the boost gauge, and what happened is it went down here and it was sitting on top of the belt. We must have forgot to zip tie it, or maybe the dealer bumped it down there when they were dicking with it. I don't know who to blame. But it was sitting on top of that belt down there, and it rubbed a hole in it. So we have an actual boost leak here. So everything else is looking great. No air's coming out because you'd hear it really easy, but I'm going to charge that up again and let you hear it. It's crazy. Yep, rubbed a hole in it right on where the belt was. That's crazy. Well, hey, our boost leak tester did its job, but otherwise we have no leaks. All the clamps are nice and tight. Everything's good, but we ended up finding one, and it's for the boost gauge. So that'll be a half PSI maybe, or maybe a whole PSI. I don't know, but that could be part of why your turbo's been running a little crappy. I don't know. It is a leak, so a leak's a leak. But anyway, that's the value of doing this little kit. I mean, 50 bucks altogether. These couplers for 13 bucks at AutoZone, and this from MAP. I'm sure you could get a 2-inch one. You can make your own as well, but I'm lazy and don't feel like dicking around with PCV. But you can apparently take like a PCV cap that's 2 inches. Get one of these barb fittings with the little tire filler on it, and use that to pressurize your system. But yeah, now the air's leaking out so you can't hear it, but that is a little boost leak. So all we have to do for that is basically just cut where it's broken, and we're gonna just put little clamps on there to fix that. We don't have to take the whole line out or anything crazy. So not a hard fix, and we'll show you how that's done. Yeah, that's why I was sitting on the belt down there, but kind of cool because I thought it was coming out of the top of this thing for a second, and I'm like, that is a tight clamp. Like, there's no way. And I was right. It was behind it, so I'm glad I took another look. But yeah, fixing cars. All right, so all we did was I had some of these barbs in my toolbox, and they're really tight, so eventually probably a good idea to put little clamps, but it should be fine for the time being. They are pretty tight on there. So you weasel that on. We just cut out the piece that was leaking. Okay, hit it. Okay, you can let go. And the leak you're hearing, so you can actually take that off. That's just coming from the bottom of that. So if I hold that, you can tell it's not leaking. And we put our hand all the way up and down it. So right now I have this is what a simulated leak will sound like though. Now it's not doing it, okay? But anyway, if that's not tight enough, you'll feel a little leak. But don't get fooled. Sometimes it'll sound like it's coming from this, and it was actually this line below it back here. So I thought it was this top cap, and it wasn't. It ended up being that line. And by no fault of anybody's own, it was just rubbing the belt right down there.
It was somebody's fault.
Whose fault?
I was so proud when I did this.
I know, I just...
I sent like 8 pictures in the group chat, and I was like, hey, look, I did something by myself. And I just ran this really fragile plastic line right over an accessory belt. And made a boost leak.
It's fine, though, because now we know our boost leak tester works. But everything else sounds great. And we're going to slap the bumper back on, put the wheels back on, and take it for a spin.
The benefits of having a cowl intake are you can actually, you're much more in tune with kind of what's going on under the hood as far as like turbo is concerned and like boosting, all that. Just because you're so... it's so apparent. Like when you put your foot down, you hear the turbo spool. You can we could hear what we thought was a boost leak under full load anyway. So
yeah, and I think this is going to mitigate a lot of those issues because it's so nice to have an actual front mount now.
What's
insane? It looks so much better.
Look at, so the 2 side mounts are right here, and they have like little like air ducts on them that were for cooling, obviously. But there's only so much you can do to cool down a little baby toaster oven that's like right in the packed in by the bumper and everything else. This is actually going to get some real airflow, and obviously the core is just a lot bigger too. And the huge benefit that not a lot of people really talk about as far as front mount with these cars, obviously a secondary benefit to having improved cooling, but it's such a simpler system now. You can see we just have we have the one pipe that just comes down here, and then we have a much shorter pipe off the actual turbo down there.
Yeah, this one will be harder to see, but you can see it coming right down there. But yeah, it eliminates a lot of areas for problems.
Infinitely simpler than the mess. I mean, we have like a whole, the box that the front mount came in, we have it just full of all the plumbing from the 2 side mounts. Just a really, really, I don't want to say a bad design because I'm sure that it was efficient for what Fiat needed it to do on the stock tune, but just super, super complicated.
Well, it just surprises me they didn't just slap, I mean, even for cost savings, like all the hoses and hard pipes that we had to pull out of there, like all the T pipes and all that, like that's so much simpler. Just have a pipe up, intercooler, pipe up to the charge pipe
that's
there.
What I think it must have been like a parts bin thing, like they already had it for like the Dart or something, and they just kept it.
Most likely, but
glad it's gone.
Yeah, glad it's gone, and found another boost leak. So all in all, quite a success. So we'll slap that bumper on and give her a rip. consistent. Oh, your cool guy facing it so hard.
Yeah, no, it definitely pulled. Well, it's not that it pulls that much harder necessarily. It's just that it pulls smoother. Like,
Yeah, which makes it feel harder because like your power band is more consistent.
Yeah, it
It's like what
feels
it feels
very. Feels like it actually has like a real torque curve now. It's not just like up and down with a bunch of flat spots.
I like it.